Hello everybody, welcome back to K2SE Fantastic Mr. Ghost, reporting in a new location. It's a cannon shooting location, yes, and it's almost ready. So I'll go through this in a second here, but I need dynamite explosives, which means I need coal. That's the last thing I need here, so we'll go ahead and request some coal. 2,000. This is kind of how I want to do my bot-based hub. So you get a sneaky peeky as how I'm going to do this. Probably, I don't know about this forking thing. I don't know. I just use whatever design I feel like at the time. But it's nice because one lane goes to 3, and then I can do what I do, because LTN has a kind of a restriction. You're locked into request amounts, you know, or you're locked into what this number is minus this number for a threshold. And it doesn't work for fluids, because fluids you can do 25, you know, a train holds 25,000. So I usually do a 5,000 threshold unless it's, you know, I need a lot of it. So you're screwed. The LTN, I wish that LTN had this. Well, this is the LTN Combinator modernized. Well, LTN Combinator. Even with the regular Combinator, you don't have the ability to control the amount that you want to bring in. TSM does that by default. You can use one stop for a range of different request amounts and thresholds. So that's why I like TSM for that. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. I might have to do another explosive thing here, because they're not getting to... Oh, you know what they're doing is they're delivering it to here too. I'll remove that. There we go. So then they'll go there. There we go. Now we got them all going, I guess. Yeah, it's delivering to here and to here again. So there we go. All right, so these delivery cannons are 10-second crafts. I put an efficiency module in here, and there's no point in speeding them up, really. And well, the footprint, you know, would help. Oh, what are you guys doing here? 200 bricks. Oh, I see what's happening. Yep. There we go. So this has a 5-second craft. So I have 5 of them here. And you'll see that I have certain items in there already. And since these are 10, that means I need 2 per one. But that's if these are consistently blowing off. But the application right now is not to supply with for production, except the gasoline. When I do gasoline, because I'm going to move all that stuff out of the hub in here, because this is a part of my hub redo project here. So whenever I do something, I like to present it on an episode, so the series is, you know, linear. Okay, so on Astus, I'm getting attacked by meteors. So I'm like, okay, and you know what? I'm just gonna break down and do this now. I do have the point, this point defense. What is it? Yeah, meteor point defenses. But the problem is now that I'm expanding out and doing outposts, I don't want to put these point defenses everywhere, because what it ends up doing is it adds more power, more power, more power, more power. And I don't want to have to keep adding these now. So I'm going to rip out the point defense and go, and that'll save power, like I said. So as you can see, I'm consuming 17 megawatts right now, just in the 34 sitting idle. And if we go back to here and we click on this, these are the meteor defense at 60 megawatts for 12, and the whole planet and the orbiter is covered. So you get more bang for your buck. Now when they do fire off, it spikes the power. So that is an issue. So I might have to put more solar down and all that. In fact, I'm going to have to go back there and put more accumulators in, because I lost power. Now, the good thing about now that I have, thanks to Dashington, you know, because he played this mod a year ago, thanks to this feature where we launch to any landing pad with name, or, well, actually, no, let me go back up. Yeah, well, this, for the fuel, it's any landing pad with name, and you leave the landing pad full. Now, I lost power here because my accumulators crapped out at night, and all this was running, right? So I came over here to check it out, make sure everything was working, you know, just to, you know, watch it run. And I saw the power glitch. I'm like, ah, crap. And I was worried, oh no, it's going to start launching rockets. Well, the silo that launches the rocket from Novice to here for fuel and for rocket parts here as well. Oh no, fuel and rocket parts, yeah, here. What happened was, even though I lost power and there was a green signal because the transmitter lost power. So because the transmitter loses power, it doesn't send the signal, therefore it goes green, the combinator to send a rocket. Well, there's a failsafe. No, don't send it even though it's green because the landing pad isn't empty. And I'm like, oh, well, thank God that happened. But there is another little issue, and that is the space capsules. Those were loading. So I ended up loading whatever amount I have here. I have 17 here. And I have it set to load 21. So it will load all the capsules for a full, you know, for a 20 rocket launch thing here. You know, because when I send these rockets for the parts, the cargo sections, it's set to 20. So it loaded, I think I had 3 in there. It loaded another 17. So I lost that information. I got to get over here and I got to put more accumulators in. So I got hit by a meteor. I got hit by a meteor here. Took my power out. And then up here, I have a train I have to fix. A damn coal patch was right here and I didn't see it. And the bots put these miners down. So these miners mined up the coal. And this train ran over here. And now the train is, you know, not full because I got one piece of coal in here, for example. So I got to come over here. I used the ore eraser to get rid of the coal that's touching the vulcanite, so it's all fixed, I guess you could say. I love the ore eraser. It's a pain in the ass not having it, really. I got to come back here. I got to add more. I got the materials. I just got to come here and do it. So this is the build here that I'm going to be using to supply. All right, so I have copper and I have iron on this planet. I also have coal. And when I come here, I want to set it up I want to set up some basic smelting. I also have stone. So I want to get a couple trains. I want to get coal. And then I'm going to I could make the coal into the other fuel, you know, the better fuel. And then I can use that to make stone bricks, iron plate, copper plate. Steel, on the other hand, you need coke, which means you need wood to make the coke. And that you need water for. Yeah, you need water for wood. So I'm going to keep steel coming here. Now, I'm shooting sulfuric acid barrels here, so I will get steel from that. But I don't know if there's going to be enough of that, of the barrels to supply steel here. In the event that I get too many barrels, let's say that happens too, I got a shredder here to take care of that. It's kind of like one of those things you just have to go with what you don't know. And what I do know is I need steel, and what I also know is that stuff always doesn't work the way you always expect it to work. So I'm shooting in steel, stone bricks, and iron, steel ingots, iron ingots. Yeah, we got ingots now. So I'm going to shoot these things here to this thing, and then I got another one here. I figured I'd just use 2. So I'll shoot the copper and sulfuric acid barrels here, copper ingots. And then I got to make green circuits with, you know, I need stone tablets, I need the copper cable, I need the iron plate for the battery, and also copper plate for the battery. So this is the copper thing here. This is the copper plate maker here from the ingots. And then hopefully, yeah, I mean, if I get enough steel from the barrels, great. That'll go onto this belt. And this inserter is turned off if there's steel on the belt here, this short run of belt. So the belt exists mainly for that reason, is to sense. And if I get too... now, it's okay to have too much steel here. The problem is the barrels. I don't want to overrun on barrels and then this whole thing shuts down. And then I've got 10 of these things, I think, or 12 of these. So this should take less power. Another thing that happened... there's all these problems. I ran out of immersite here. This mining op. And okay, so I have to come to this planet and I have to plop down a bunch of miners. I'm going to mine the crap out of this planet. So I'm going to run a bunch of rail, do a bunch of mining. I got a bunch of trains all ready to go. And so I'm going to come here. I'm going to do prod in these. So 100, you know, there's, I think, 2 prod slots here. Yep. 2 prod slots. I'm going to do beacons to speed it up, to offset that. And then I'll do some efficiency modules as well to bring the power down for that, to offset the prod mods. The plan is to keep this running here, the immersite crystals. Now, here's what I went around and I marked where the immersite is. So these immersite caves, I guess they're called, are really, they're not very good. Like this is actually a good one right here, 1.8 mil. That's the biggest one I've seen. There's a 2. Okay, there's 2. Yeah, they're not really big. That's a 279. They're not really big. 1.9. I noticed that they're around. They stop around 2 mil. They don't go any higher than that. Then I guess this one might be higher. Oh, it's 2.5. Okay, so they are getting higher as you go out more. They get bigger. What I'm going to do is come here. I'm going to set up a bunch of trains in this yard here, and then so 5 trains, and then I'm going to run. This is all going to come out here. The mining ops, obviously, and I forgot I have 5 here. I could bring less, but that's okay because I could put up more. So I'm going to pull the train in here. Now let's go back to here with the immersite. There's 2 things now. One, I didn't. This is another thing that I'm gonna do this after. I don't know when yet. You know, maybe when that mining gets run out. I don't know if it will. But if you look at the immersite, raw immersite, it stacks to 50, and so does the crystal after processing. So I'm just going to send this crystal here to Novice, and I'll process the crystal here along with the plate, because the plate is using the same system, you know, basically that sulfuric acid system there that we built a long time ago. So I might as well just blow that off to here. I'm not now the plate does stack to 100, so you get it's probably better to mine it on the planet in this case because we get double the transport. So maybe I'll leave the plate there, and then what I'm going to do is go to other planets and set up rockets to shoot the raw crystals elsewhere when that, you know, if that does run out. Now here's the thing. Now remember, the immersite crystals are used in those solar panels going all the way up to the higher tier. So space exploration, what happened was when you get to the immersium plate, that's K2, Factorio 2. Space exploration, for some reason, is integrating into that and going, oh yeah, you got to use the immersium plate, solar panel as well to get the next tier, and then that one is used in the next tier. So if we go here, we can go to the solar. So this advanced solar panel is, I think, Factorio 2. This flat solar and flat solar panel 2 are SE, space exploration. And what happened with the integration is they're going, oh, you got to use this panel for the vanilla one for the Factorio one, and you got to use the Factorio one in the space exploration one, because normally you would get these right away, and I could start using these in space. But because I'm playing K2, it's integrated into this mod, and they do have interplay, you know. So now I'm screwed. I have to have immersite crystals in order to do the advanced solar and up. So that sucks. Kind of sucks. And then there's this. Now, what's good about this one? I think this energy control unit. Yeah, look. So the accumulators are even using the immersite crystals. So now there's another thing that I was looking at here. And there is an immersite core fragment, but I don't have any planets that are primarily immersite right now. I hope there is one, because then that'll solve the immersite problem. So I'm hoping I'll find a planetary system out there. Now, we don't have the ability to, we have to look at the interstellar map here. There are other systems out here. We are in, I think this one, Calidus. Yeah. We're in the Calidus system. These are all the planets that we can go to. This is all we have available. And so we got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all that. So in order to get to the interstellar map, we got to get the astrometrics science, right? And then we can access these other areas. But I don't know how much fuel it's going to take. But when we get to this point, we'll have spaceships that we can drive around. We won't have to launch the cargo ships. This is where it gets crazy. This is long game here. You know, you're playing this mod for, you know, more than 1,000 hours now. You know, more than 500, I guess you could say, right? So we'll go back here. So the plan is to get hopefully we'll find a planet with a course seam that we can get the immersite from. And there's also other crap like mineral water. There's another one that I thought, you know, I think they simplified it. They used to have two, immersite and something else in Factorio 1. I think they eliminated the one just for immersite now. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I haven't seen it in this mod here in this run. Okay, so I've got expansion here for more crap that we can shoot up into space. Now, the unfortunate thing here, now I could use one receiver and multiple transmitters. I have to figure out how I'm going to do multiple signals because as you can see, I have 5 here. So I don't know if I can do a multiply by 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 100, you know, so I have to be able to, I have to decode with a modulus, so I'll play around with that. Otherwise, I'm just going to use one receiver per planet and one transmitter per planet, so it's okay. Now, what I'm planning on doing here, I'm going to be sending the steel and the sulfuric acid to Astis, but these 3 here, when I get to Astis, I'm thinking about setting up a basic copper, stone brick, and iron plate smelting dedicated to the planetary defense. But this is just to get me up and running so I don't have any more attacks on that damn planet. Okay. All right, so let's go to map view here, and I'll show you what I did. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you remember, but this used to be a smelting area. It's gone. And, oh boy, this used to be a smelting area too. There's sulfuric acid. This is what's left of iron, the first iron that we did outpost-wise. The second one, the copper. Here's the rare metals. And steel is here. Now, I left it in here because I'm trying to consume it. And that's it. And the reason for that is because I have now put in a stop here. Ooh, this is going to be a problem. Oh. I'm going to have to dedicate these here as supply. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I got the set. I don't know why I did that. You know, I'm going to have to redo this. Because I could have a steel train come in with the iron here. Well, maybe I'm fine. Yeah, it's sensing iron here. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm using one stop. And I'm setting filters, but I don't need to do that. So I'm going to pull these out and put regular inserters in. So that should be fine. So what I have here is a steel and iron loader, but I didn't want to do, I want to do separate stops, but I wanted to use one case. So I'm going to come over here and adjust that. And here, this is the steel return from Astis and any other planet that we're collecting a lot of steel from unbarreling or whatever. So I have the stack filter here. I probably could just do a regular filter. And that's going to spit out the parts so we can repurpose those here. So LTN will pick those up. This is the same thing here. Oh, you know what? Oh. This one is providing one threshold. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I thought I screwed that up. So I have here the steel and iron here, and then copper here. So I got a copper one. I don't know if I showcased that last episode or not. And then over here for the green circuits, I could have went 2 directions. I could have delivered just plate here, but I decided to deliver the ingots, and the reason for that is because they're compressed. It's 5 times the amount of copper plate that the ingots are, you know, that the train is holding. So I'm bringing 2,000 over here, and then that equates to 10,000 plate. So I got 432 in here right now because, you know, it's been consumed. I needed 4. Helmod said I needed just over 3 or just under 2. No, just under 3. But Helmod didn't have, for some reason, didn't calculate that correctly here. I don't know why, because I have this in Helmod. It's saying for 13 green circuit machines, you need 2.78. But I needed 4. I don't know why. Hellmod sometimes doesn't... I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it underestimates stuff. Overestimate and underestimate. It does both. I decided to leave the copper and iron alone. I'm not doing the ingots because, one, it's too tight, and the main reason for doing anything with this build here, I'm trying to use this build over, and that's why I wanted to rip the other ones out and use this one, is because this has 24% more productivity, and also it's using the core mining. So right now, this ran, yeah, it's buffering up. So this thing will stop. Once it's all balanced out in the case, it stops. And remember, this is all free. This is free resources right here. So it doesn't matter if I'm shredding stuff up. It's free. And I had actually a problem where the oil was backing up on me. So I had to put another oil burner up here because I'm not going to use the oil. I don't need it. Because the oil doesn't go to 0 in Factorio. So this thing here is a beast. It is a beast. Okay, so that's that. So we're on ingots. We're on the new system now. All the old smelting is gone. I just got to repurpose all that other crap up there. The sciences will come once I get to that point. I think before I run any new research coming up, I'm going to get those out posted. Don't quote me on that, though. I might not do it. All right, this is the project we're going to work on today. In between cuts, though, I'm going to go to Astus, and I'm going to fix that, or get that all in for the planetary defense and fix the crap that the meteors took out. And then I got to go to Cornetto, and I have to get the mining ops back up and running for the crystals so I can get back on track. I can't make speed modules, and I can't make the solar. Okay, so once I get that up and running, I have... Now, I'm going to do solar on this planet that I pick for the beryllium, because that's the project we're going to work on. Beryllium plate. And I just put these here because I was collecting prod mods. I have 1,500 in here, along with 300 big mining drills. And I've got the solar, so I want 3,800 solar. And I'm going to have just that many accumulators there too. A bunch of substations, rail stuff, trains. I'm going to do... It's 2 282s for the beryllium. And then I've got the LTN stuff, planetary defense. I've got landing pads and a silo. So we're going to do a beryllium silo. Now, I might do an immersite there. So I'll probably do a footprint of it, you know, and just kind of keep it there so I can do a immersite. And the planet, I'm not entirely sure. Let's see here. B-E-R-Y. There we go. So beryllium, believe it or not, on Cornetto, there is beryl. So I might tap that as well, but I'm not too sure. So, see, it's 116, size 126, richest 129. Now, I am avoiding this because you can't do productivity in space. So Calidus asteroid belt is we can't do anything with it, really. It's going to be more work than it's worth because we can't get 64% productivity on this material in space. So then we've got, and what I got to do is just look through these here. So here's beryl, 193, 154, richness 156. So I might go here. This is a crude oil planet primarily. What I need is a planet that I can do a core mining on, just to, you know, make sure I have a constant flow of it, because you can really expand those, you know. I mean, you can do more than one. The higher our productivity goes with research, the better these core mining drills get, because we do have diminished returns, and the way to offset that is put prod in the pulverizers, speed them up with efficiency, and then also do the research, mining productivity research that is, you know, in the game, obviously. So this planet here looks like a good candidate here. There is this one. Now, also, too, 2100. Okay, and then we got Gearhart. And this one is really, it's frequency 90%, 180, 181. But it's a bigger planet. So I have to look and see how many patches there are and calculate what I have. Because I'm looking to go to a planet that has the most ore on a patch, you know. So I'm going to go through and mark all the patches and stuff. So I'll do that off screen as well. This one here, check it out. 518. I went here and I go, oh, this is a good one. Yeah, it's got a good frequency. And then I looked at it and I go, oh. Yeah, there's a tiny little planet. It's cool. Look at all this water, man. It's nuts. So, yeah. I could belt this stuff around. Here's Beryl here, 54. 541. 1 million. 2 million. 2 million. Oh, here's one. 1.6. So it's not much at all. And the planet is a uranium planet, though. So this is a really good one if you wanted to do... so you could mine the uranium from here and then process it into the 238, 235, and then get the Kovarex process going, and then send the 238 and 35 via cannons. The only problem is you need, you're going to need iron. You need the delivery cannons from here. And you got coal, you got iron. There's copper, stone. So you've got a pretty good amount of resources here. Plus the core mining, you'll get, you know, the extra crap too. So we'll go home here. So I did start building this a little bit. I started with the front. This is the back end of it. So the mining is coming in from here. So these are the mining belts, and they're going to go around. So it's one blue belt per build here. Not 100%. It's a little under a blue belt, but it's like 3.78 blue belts to feed this entire block here. So it's a little under a blue belt for each one. And this, I got, and then it gets compressed. It kicks out water and it needs sulfuric acid. We can do that. That's another consideration, is I got to have oil on the planet in order to do sulfuric acid. So we need oil, and then we need iron plate to do the sulfuric acid. So this kicks out sand and water. Well, the water is consumed by the next process, not entirely. We're going to have an overage of water, so I'll have to vent that out a little bit. I'll have to have a venting check valve on this, which is no problem. We got a flare stack for that. Now I got to bring in cryonite rods and the water that gets consumed from the prior process here. There's another process that kicks out a little bit of water, which will get funneled back to here too. So I'll have one tank with pumps going into it, and then I'll have a bleed off tank, or a bleed off for kicking off that extra water. So this one, this is 4 belts just under to just under, well, it's 1.17 blue belts between the two. So I might have to do some balancing here, like a 2-lane balance for these two, so I could kick them over and kick them back out, you know. Now here's the sand kick out. We're going to need that for the next process. And, oh, this is beryllium hydroxide. Oh, wait, this one here is beryllium sulfite, because, you know, sulfuric acid. And then this one here is beryllium sulfate. Now we're adding the cryonite and water to that. Okay, so this one goes to the powder here. So we get the hydroxide, and then we're drying it to get the powder. So it's a concentrated beryllium powder now, or beryllium ore, and it kicks out the 2 water. And this one is, let's go to Helmut here. So I'm working my way from mining up, and here, oh, check this out. The cryonite I need is what I'm producing right now. So the cryonite rods will have to be beefed up. So I'll probably do, on that cryonite planet, I'm going to do the same thing we're doing here. 4 belts of cryonite, boom, done. So we never have to go back there, at least, well, you know, until something happens. So yeah, we need just a little bit of cryonite, that's all. Here's the beryllium hydroxide here. Here's the powder. So you'll notice that it's 3.58 powder. So it goes from 1 point right here. Where is it? Here, 1.17 beryllium sulfide is the input to this. Now we got a fluid, right? So basically all this material makes the fluid, the hydroxide. The hydroxide now makes 3.5 blue belts of the powder. And then that gets distributed through to 76 of these industrial furnaces to make the ingot, or the metal. Here's where the sand comes in. Now notice now it's, what's weird, it's 0.2 sand here, 0.24, but it's not coming up as an overage here on the output. So I'm not too sure about that. So maybe he closed the loop on this recipe. I don't know. But it looks like it's a sand positive or sand equal, net negative, net equal, net, whatever the name is for that. So we get 0.1, 270 a minute of these ingots. And there's our casting machines there. This one, we'll have to do just like steel. It'll be sand, and the sand comes in. Yeah. Oh, how is it? I think it's similar to, well, we have to put coke plus the fluid to get the ingots out of that. You know how the steel is going. So it'll be similar to that build. And then we get the ingots. Now, it kicks. We're able to do 10 of these machines here. Now, this is going to be done wherever we deliver the ingots. They get unpacked basically into plates for use. And what I'm going to do, I have to figure out, I think in Helmod under the astrometrics here. Oh, see how it's 0.97 here? So I don't know what that equates to, because these are faster. I think they're faster. But we need 144. So I had to figure this one out. Well, it's 0.01. Yeah, I'll have to figure out. Well, you know, it's one machine. So let's take a look at that really quick here. We've got the crafting. Oh, it's 1.25. Okay, it's the same. Very good. So basically what's happening is one of these machines gets pulled out of here, and I have 9 left for novice here to do the cargo sections, which is 100% productivity on that. So we're going to get, by removing steel and putting the beryllium plate in there, we're going to get a huge boost. And that's going to play into, you know, obviously we're expanding to new planets now. So that'll be nice. These beacons are here just because I wanted to, you know, place them down because I'm going to need them for this build, this build, and yeah, 1, 2, 3. I have 3 left. This isn't sped up at all. All right, so I'm going to do those side projects, and then we're going to head to a planet that I choose, and we're going to get cracking on that. Oh, another thing I did was I'm playing around with the concrete while I'm waiting for modules. Something fun to do while I watch other YouTube videos and stuff. And I like the dark color with the light border, and then the rail kind of pops off of it. As you can see, it's kind of cool. I like it. And it looks like a 4-lane rail system, actually. It's kind of funny. So yeah, I like that a lot. It looks pretty cool. I have to fix these up and all that. I'm hoping I can get rid of this. Gosh darn, I don't know why these trains are not going to that particular part. The old smelters, they're going to the new ones, and I don't know why. So I have to pull, I think, what do I got here? Let's see, 24 or 21. Yeah, this hasn't run. So I haven't had any RCUs go out yet because I'm trying to repurpose this crap. But I'd rather just run it out, you know, naturally, so that I don't have to deal with it running around like a fool. Okay, so I'll get those 2 projects done, and then we'll get to the Beryllium planet. All right, let's do it. Well, I finally conquered these damn biters. Oh my god, in this little thing here. This building. Whoop, there it is. So I came out here. And oh my god, I gotta put some radars in here before I go. So I got iron, a little copper, a little iron placed there. I got a stone patch here, and then I got coal I popped in right here. And before I go, I gotta simplify this. As long as I'm, I hit the wrong button. As long as I'm carrying this with me right here, I can get the resources I set up. I can reconfigure that temporarily to get things if I ever screw up and forget. So anyway, yeah, let's go back in here. Yeah, the problem I was having was I was coming in, when I came in here initially to check it out. I didn't realize I was gonna get mobbed with those spitters. So those damn spitters were spitting at me, and then the door was getting, it had all the acid spit. And so luckily I was able to jump up, you know, and get over it. And then I got out over here, I think is what I did. And then I have my rail gun. Oh, I gotta take that off. I had my rail gun, and I was able to get out of this door and get away from the damn biters and spitters. And I just had to, you know, be really careful, and then bam, you know, and then I would shoot some of the nests. And once I got it down to like 2 nests, I just kind of ran around, and I had, I did bring my, I kept forgetting to bring this stuff. That's why I couldn't get here. I kept forgetting to bring my personal, I used the machine guns and the battery I put in there as well. And then 1 jetpack. I didn't use the sniper because the sniper was, I think, draining my batteries too much. I don't have, I have weak stuff, So anyway, I took a screenshot of this thing, and check it out. We have a 9, productivity 9. Only 20% productivity. I think the vanilla ones, oh gosh, those are 10. Yeah, because it's 40% total. So that's crazy. Now, if you think about it, that's in the, what do you call it, the furnaces, and I'm sure there's other ones that have more module slots later, because I think there's another furnace, an advanced furnace that we can get, but that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100% prod, but you slow down by 50. So when you get the level 9 speed, whatever those are, we'll have to look. So you have to use the level 9 speeds to offset the slowdown on that. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, this is an ancient container. So I don't know how this works. So I have to get some more of the, we'll have to get more images of these. It's a task to find these. This is where the space exploration part comes into play. You need to go to all these different planets to find these. And I think that, yeah, your save file goes up if you're exploring the whole planet surface. So you have to kill biters to trim the surface down to save on your save file. I don't know how it's going to work. So yeah, this is, I guess, the centerpiece here. I don't know what this is here. But we've got these symbols. And there is an endgame thing that this ties into. So I took a screenshot of it. And what I'm going to do is go here and go solved. Or, well, not solved, but, yeah, explored. But done. I'll put done here. So, done. And then I can see it there. Cool. Okay. So, anyway, yeah, I got to clean up my little project here because I wanted to get all that crap up and running. Oh, let me go over here. I think I got a train here. Yeah. Yep, there it is. Yep, I got a stone train I took out here. So these are just point-to-point trains, really. There we go. And then I have all these accumulators now. And I added... Oh, I got rid of the point defense. So I think that we've got... Yeah, see, it's 60 megawatts. If I were to add more of the point defense, it would have went up, more. And so hopefully this will be good, Oh, I got to put those radars in there. Okay, so this is the setup here. What I'm going to do is take this out, oh, I could take these commoners with me here. I got to take the stone brick out and the iron ingot one because I have iron and copper here now. So this, and then the iron ingot can come out too. So all I'm shooting here is steel ingots and the sulfuric acid. And then I can I want to keep that simple, because having 5 cannons for one planet is kind of overkill. I don't want to do that if possible. I'm going to take these out here. No need for those. And then, oh yeah, the extra can go in there. And then the iron, I'll put in there. There we go. Cool. All right, so I'm going to head over to the other planet, Cornetto, and get the mining ops going on that one. I'm sick and tired of mining. Oh my god. One of the worst things about Factorio is setting up mining outposts. That's why I make my patches rich. Unfortunately, this immersite isn't cooperating. I don't know. I have to look at my first episode and when I set that up, because I should have made them richer or whatever. I don't know. It's possible I didn't. So when I got here, all right. So I just wanted to do a little summary. Keep the episodes in sync of what I'm doing here. You can see that I have rail going all the way down. I'm picking this one off, this one here, this one way over here. This is the immersite. Also, that's the iron and all that over there, or iron and steel. And then I went this way and down. Yeah, this is where the copper and the green circuits are being made for the planetary defense. And I picked off one here. It's a small one, but you know what? It's close by. Might as well get it. Another small one here. This is a 1.3 mil. This is 1.5 mil. And then all the way down here is a small one, but might as well get it, right? And this is a nice juicy one here. I didn't get this one. There's an 805 there. So what I can do is I'll carry this rail down. When I want to come back here, maybe to do upgrades. Also got another one here. So I can get these three. It just takes so long to lay the rail and then, you know, get all these set up. But I have quite a few. Now, let's go over here. What I got going on here is a 4-train. Well, it's a 4-train, 1 in, 2, 3 out. You have to have a path for them to get out. So this combinator set up for 2,000 request threshold, 10,000 on the signal. So that's a gap of 8,000. So that should call 4 trains. When it goes to 2 grand, I think it's gonna call all 4 trains. Now I have 5 cargo wagons in the yard, and I have 3 of this, you know, the fluid wagons. So that should cover it, and it was keeping up pretty good. Then I get here, and I'm like, oh crap, I have outdated modules in this build. I have level 2s in speed and prod, so I had to put beacons in here, and you know, they don't fit perfectly because I have the power poles in here. And it would have worked really well without the power poles and substations. I could have crammed them in better and got a 4 beacon coverage on this. So I'm just going to go with the 3. And this will most likely, like I said, I'm probably going to rebuild this. The crystal parts, or this crystal mining, or whatever, Mercite crystal, I'm probably going to build this on Novice and send the ore to Novice. The plate, on the other hand, this will get, depending on how much I need of this, which I don't think I need a lot. It's just for science and building for now. That's what I remember. So I think I'd leave the plate on an Mercite planet. However, it might be a good idea to bring the crystal or the mineable ore to Novice to do the plate, because then it's all centralized. And both of these here use that fluid, the Beryllium sulfide. So then I don't have to, you know, double this type of build here. Although I do like the compression with the plate and leaving, you know, I'm kind of, it's one of those things. I think it's either I centralize all the rockets can come to, I can have multiple rockets to multiple platforms and daisy chain them together like I was talking about. So the other thing I had to fix here was the sand, and I just didn't have this correctly set up here. So I have a circuit network for the train to unload when the case is below 4,000. I have 48 grand in here. What was happening was the sand was backing up on these machines. So I had to do I got a fail-safe here, which I don't think I need. Now, if the cryonite isn't running, then I'm not going to have sand consistently. So you know, obviously the cryonite has to run in order to get the extra sand out of it for this, but I also have the stone from the uranium processing. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know. We'll see. I could do a stone mine and create sand over here on site. Probably do sand on... yeah, I would probably crush the stone on site and then do a sand train, because you get 200 per stack as opposed to 50. So what I did here is I got a fail-safe to bleed off extra sand if I need to, and then this is the priority going into the case. So I had to fix that because I wasn't getting a good flow here because it was backing up on that sand. So let's go ahead and flow this mess here. This is up to 21,000 now, and I'm gonna hop in here, and this one's gonna go any landing pad with name Mercite crystal and on full. So a Mercite crystal landing pad. Now that could the good thing about this is it can go to Novice for the you know, speed modules and the Mercite solar panels, and then it go up to space for science. So this one here should be good to go. And on, well, let's see, this one's going to go fairly quick here. Yeah, let me check this out, because why are you, these are so slow, man. I don't get it. 30-second craft on these, man. It's ridiculous. So I'm mainly worried about the belts here. This silicon stays up. It does pretty good. It was this stuff here, the Mercite powder. I was having, now I put blue belt in here now, and I put beacons in over here for those, like I mentioned, and this one's beaconed here, the plate one, because it was so slow. But the flow is, yeah, the Immersium is really bad. So what do we got in here now? 22,000. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna wait for this to fill up, and oh, and then I did. Oh yeah, so you can only put speed in this, and so I just decided I probably should have put a beacon instead of 1 speed module per. You know, 2 speed is equal to 1, I think, because it's 50%. So maybe I'll do that when I come back next. I'm not changing anything now. As you can see, look at the sand is just flying in here. So this definitely will be going down. The eater of, well, these all have to run in order to get the sand running, and they weren't. Because the hydrogen's backing up, which is fine, but it's not eating the sand like I want it to. Looks like all of them are running. Yeah. Now the concern is the Immersium sulfide. That's what I'm worried about, mainly. But it looks like it's running. And I like I said, I did put the speed module in here, and I hope it runs a little better, because I sped these up as well as prodded them, so they are a little faster, 20% faster, and these are 40, so it should be good. All right, so I'm gonna get back to Novice, and we'll carry on. I'm gonna do some base work, and then the next section will be on a new planet. Oh, here we go with the beryllium. There it is, folks. I'm calling this a stepping stone planet here. Cornetto, yeah. I had to settle for Cornetto because of all the planets that have beryllium, or beryl, B-E-R. Okay. So I went and looked at some of these planets, and I was going to go to Geralt. And stupid me, I wish this was a little more like on the map so you could see. Oh, it's water frickin'-less. Lots of barrel. Lots of barrel. Oh, and a thing, an alien thing there. I want to go there for that anyway. So here I am. I did a quarter of this planet exploring it and marking all the damn barrel that is on this planet. Now, it stacks to 50. Hoorah. However, the problem is, well, the ingots stack to 200 or 50, right? So that's a good thing. Here's the other problem. That's why I'm calling this a stepping stone planet. At least we have the barrel. We can do the science that's related to the barrel. Beryllium plate. Now, eventually, wherever there's a planet that has maybe a core fragment or bigger, a bigger planet that has bigger patches, I can't fit 282 trains on some of these patches. And the mining speed on this, the barrel is pretty bad. When you get into these exotic ores like this, it's tougher to mine them. So you need even a ton of miners, all that. Not only that, but we only have 50% productivity. So, you got to have the big miners with the 5 prod or 4 it is, I think. So you need a lot of that going on. Now check this out. 298 miners I put on this thing. This is a quarter of my power right now. And then we have 89. So there's 161. That's 600 megawatts. Whoa. So now I'm glad and that's another reason why I chose this planet over trying to make another planet work, is because I already have the power here. I have water. I have a train infrastructure. So I figured, okay, let me just come here, get this spun up. And that's what we have so far. It's so slow. And it's going to take a long time to spin this up. The problem, like I said, you need big trains to run the ore. And I'm very tempted to do like I did on the on Astis, where I have 282 trains. They're sitting in the yard, they're point to point, and they sit here and wait to be emptied, as opposed to going and getting the ore and coming back. I could do an 8 train yard here, point to point, 111 trains or 121s. But like I said, I think this is just going to be a stepping stone planet here. Oh, and the other benefit to being on this planet is the cryonite rods, baby. So I'll have to make a trip back here and beef up cryonite. So that little baby build that I have that got us through the science is going to have to be beefed up as well. With this mod, I want to say, well, in Factorio in general, there's no difference between, this is Factorio, it's just an overhaul mod. So you start off small, you work your way up, you have to rip builds down, redo them, scale up, scale up, scale up. So this is kind of where I want to be, is the 4 lanes of some product, so we have it. And the reason for that is we want to fill those rockets up quick, shoot them off to where they need to go. Later on, we're going to need these materials in different locations. So we have a build here. Right now, we could, I could just copy paste this and have a ton of beryllium. Now the big deal here, is that we have the beryllium for launching rockets, the cargo sections, and it's going to get really cheap for that. So we get the 100% productivity. So instead of 1, we get 2. So there's a big benefit of getting this done right now. So, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do an outpost, an official outposted rocket sections area, and that will be trained to all the rocket sites from there, instead of having that one old one that I have. So that I'll get ripped up and I'll redo it. And oh, this is what? Oh, this is taking a while. Ugh, am I running out? No. Good. Okay. Wow, this is interesting. Why are you? Oh, it's the sand. Okay, so I got to bring a train of sand in here. And that I knew because I have it in Hell mod. The sand is getting, now this is a good thing. The sand is getting chewed up, so it's a sand negative on this build, which means that all the sand will get chewed up with the pyroflux and everything. So the what I did on, I don't know if I presented that in a prior, I forget sometimes because it's been hours and days sometimes. I'm shooting in the the volcanic block here. That way I can make the pyroflux for the smelting. And it takes a while. I got to set the request a little higher for the train to bring the vulcanite block in. But this is just a ramp up right now, so I'm not too worried about it. There should be plenty of beryllium plate for what we need between rocket launches, so I'm not too worried about it. So I have a ton of sand, which I should bring in now. I've got it. You know, I can do it right here. I can bring a sand train in here and do a priority thing. So I'll work on that, and then next episode, I'll work on I have to do some presenting of what I've done on Novice. So hope you enjoyed the beryllium spin up. I think, I didn't go over, really quick, I didn't go over this stuff here. This is just, I got this water thing here. What it's doing is it's kicking the water in from the different builds here. And then I have the supplemental one to keep it at 5,000 because it's almost water neutral. That was the word I was looking for. Water neutral. And this build right here needs the water. So I think I did this tank. This is outputting to the two builds. I wanted to use pumps because I have a pipe here. So I want to make sure that the pump is drawing it. The pipe is limited on flow, so you have to use pumps. And you always want to pump in from a build because the pipes will equalize between the outputs and the inputs. So you want to jam. The pump is a pressure pusher, you know. And over here, where the water is coming from, I think I have a pump here, see. So I want to make sure that the water is pulled out, pushed, and also pushed into the tank. And I don't want any backflow because Factorio has a washing machine type of fluid dynamics, which a lot of people dislike. They're not pressurized pipes. They don't push the water in the direction that you want it to go. Captain Industry has a pipe flow, which I like. It does, I think, make for difficult pipe building. So I like Factorio's directionalist. You know, you put a pipe down, it goes either way. But the sloshing back and forth is what's kind of a pain. And the pressureless pipes are kind of a pain. But for the most part, once you know Factorio pipe dynamics, you kind of know the little tricks. So anyway, I don't think I went over this one. This is taking the beryllium sulfate and it's making it into the fluid. I think I had that build prior. This one I didn't have. And then we're taking the sulfate or the hydroxide and we're making it into a powder now. And it worked out to be 4 blue belts, just under, I think, of the powder. As you can see, it's working pretty good, but the problem is sand right now. And this takes pyroflux and the beryllium powder, and it makes it into a liquid. And then we cast it. And I put the casting machines here, and it's going direct on into the silo. I had to rework my loading here, so I got the 4 rockets. We got the cryonite, we've got the immersite crystal and the plate, and then now we have that. So, and this is the obviously steel removal, steel plate removal, and then the cryonite train. This is just feeding this train, or this train is feeding this silo here. And then I decided to do a point-to-point train on the cryonite over here. Oh, it left. I have it limited. Here it comes. I limited this one to a certain amount. I can't remember what it is. It is 2,000. That's a lot. So yeah, that thing is going to run. Now that whole build there, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it, but that whole build is basically to supply this when it's running. So if I do need cryonite rods 2 spots, it's not going to suffice. So that whole thing is going to be updated to a 4-lane, cryonite rod type dealio. So that'd be kind of cool. So there we go. Yeah, I limited the train and I limited the case. And I want fast loading, so I put 4 inserters on there, just in case. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. Hope you enjoyed all the stuff we did today in this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.